not. Well, we are now on to Barebow men, and this is, again, number 1 and number 2 seed, as we saw in Barebow women. It'll be Brian Way, the defending champion from Wisconsin, against Patrick Fisk of Arizona. And Patrick will be on target number 2. Brian will be on target number 1. As they are presented to the crowd. We'll try and keep you up to speed on all the points. Our system's gone a little bit glitchy on this end, but we're doing our best to make sure that you are up to date on all the scores as they land in the target. End number 1. And Patrick, left-hander, gets us started.
Patrick starts us off at the 7.
7 for Patrick to start.
And Brian frees an 8.
Brian with the 8. A little wry smile from Brian there as his 8 landed. Maybe, again, just adjusting. And those banners are almost still. Just one of them is has got any motion.
Brian with another 8.
Another 8 for Brian. Patrick with his 3rd and final arrow of this first end.
Patrick with a 10.
He's just had a few sighters as Patrick, and does well with his 3rd one, landing in a 10.
He matches it with a 10.
And Brian does as well. So it looks like Brian's taken the first set. And it is different. You know, you talk to some of the archers that come out here, and they've been competing in qualification and then eliminations, and you come out onto here and you've got the field set out as it is. There's more focus, there's more attention, there's more judges, there's more officials, there's cameras. It can take a little bit of time, even for those that have been around the archery scene for a long time. Just trying to block all of that out and focus on the target can take 1 or 2 arrows to get into the rhythm.
Oh, definitely.
What's the situation that you've been in? What's the most stressful? I mean, because that is the same sport, it's archery, but it's out of your comfort zone, maybe in a higher stakes situation.
The irony for me is my 2 most stressful situations was, one, just a head-to-head match with a single arrow shoot-off in a team trials event, and the other one was a gold medal match for the 2022 Para-Pan Am Archery Championships.
Wow.
And it's it's something at that high of a level, and something that you wouldn't think be as high, but can be just as stressful.
Because you say it's the same sport, and you guys are trained to block everything out, but there's a certain level where things just look different.
Definitely.
Your surroundings look a little different. Here we are, end number 2 then. 2-0 Brian Way against Patrick Fisk. But Patrick finishing strong.
Patrick with a 6.
Although that 6 needs to put that to the back of his mind.
Brian with a 10.
Brian, though, just turning the screw a little bit. He's been on these finals fields a few times as Brian Way.
Patrick shoots a 9.
9. That's a big improvement.
Another 10.
Brian with another 10.
It looks like Brian Way is very much in the zone now, doesn't it? 20 points to Patrick's 15.
Patrick shoots an 8.
6, 9, and 8.
And Brian with a 9.
29 from Brian Way. That's a 4-0 advantage for Brian, the defending champion. As Patrick, there's moments. There's been a couple of 9s, a couple of 10s. Those 6s are hurting him though, and it's tough when you start with a 6 and your opponent then starts with a 10. You're playing catch up throughout that set.
Yes, yeah, that can be very tough. But again, with the set system, just if he can put 3 well-aimed shots down in the next one, he can take 2 points
It
back.
ain't over till it's over, yeah. And it's warm out there. I do make the mistake with the archers when I'm walking down the line and how are you feeling? Yeah, could do with a little bit more breeze. And of course, that's the worst thing you could say to an archer. Purely from a selfish point of view, I'd love it to be a little bit more breezy. It's incredibly warm. And I get the look, I think they've got used to me now, but I used to get the look of, really? You're saying that to us? But thankfully, the breeze is helping because it's going almost south to north. It's behind them.
Patrick shoots a 7.
7 for Patrick.
Brian with a 9.
Brian just knows what he needs to do to keep his nose in front.
Patrick's second arrow was a 10.
There we go. Just keeping things interesting.
Brian's was a 9.
18 plays 17. Big arrow from Patrick here. Needs a 10. The head goes down. On a 10, I believe, from Brian Way. So Brian is the champion for the second year in a row. Patrick Fisk, silver medalist from Arizona. A phenomenal week from Patrick as well. And the second seed, Brian Way, the number 1 seed, defending champions, retained his title here and will be crowned the 2025 Eastern Foundation's Gator Cup champion once again in the Barebow men's division. And we are getting set to just get confirmation as the signal goes up from our judges down the field.
Make some noise,
And Brian will be escorted to the microphone, and we hope to hear from Brian Way, the gold medalist, very, very soon.